Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Olin Zach Field in Decorah in Northeast Iowa Conference Baseball. Tonight, it is a single varsity game between the Decorah Vikings and the Waukon Indians. The Indians are 6-5 overall, still looking for their first Northeast Iowa Conference win. They are 0-4. Decorah is 8-6 overall and 3-3 in conference play. Indians about ready to face Colin Nimrod. 3-1 on the season with a 1.75 ERA. Opponents hitting 157 against him. 28 innings, 20 hits, 7 earned runs, 10 walks, and 23 strikeouts. And he will face this Indian lineup. Adam Benzing is the catcher. Peyton Hesse plays left field. Jake Ronan the pitcher. Chris Miller the designated hitter. Batting for the right fielder Mitch Snitker. Sully Bucat is at first base. Brock Waters at third base. Landon Severson at second, Marshall Lyons in center, and Hayden Hamill will be at short. Bob Wellendorf will call the balls and strikes, and Bob Jacobson will work the base pass. Nimrod coming off a not sharp performance, but he did get the win in the first game of the doubleheader down at Waukon on Tuesday night. He'll try to give Decorah its fourth conference win of the season here tonight. It's a cloudy, cool, overcast night, and the light's already taking effect here at Olin Zach Field as it's just before 7:30. Adam Benzing will bat from the right-hand side of the plate against the right-hander Nimrod to start the game. The Decorah JV won the game tonight 13-3. And Colin Nimrod ready to go. The first offering swung on and fouled at the plate by Benzing. No balls and one strike as we get things going at 7:28. Cole Minks is in left, Jay Covden in center, and Trevor Phillips tonight in right for Decorah. Tyler Dostal at third, Brett LaRue at short, Andy Sinkink at second, and Jake Marlowe at first. Ground ball to the left side, fielded by LaRue. He'll fire across the diamond to get Benzing by a step. One down here in the top of the first inning. One down, nobody on for Peyton Hesse in at 185 with a triple and 3 RBI on the season. Caleb Qualley is behind the plate and Colin Nimrod is on the hill. Vikings winners of 6 of their last 8. The only blemishes in that time, a loss to undefeated Cascade as Benzing, or rather Hesse, hits one into center field in a base hit. He took an off-speed offering and poked it out into center field for the game's first base runner. Hesse at first with one down for Jake Ronan. The Indian pitcher will try to help his own cause. He has done enough with the stick this year. He's a .429 hitter with 2 doubles, 1 triple, no home runs and 16 RBI. A move to first base to send Hesse back diving to the bag. The other blemish for Decorah in their last 8. A game in which they had a 3-1 lead going to the bottom of the 7th on Tuesday night, swinging a foul by Ronan at the plate. No balls and 1 strike. But the Huskies came back and got 3 for a doubleheader split that evening. Short lead at first base by Hesse, 0-1 offering, chopped foul third base side. And it's no balls and 2 strikes on Jake Ronan. Indians got a win on Wednesday night against Turkey Valley. Fastball outside from Nimrod. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That was after dropping 2 at Charles City on Tuesday night. Check swing on a curveball. Did he go? No. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now on Ronan. Last Friday night, the Indians swept a doubleheader from Keyhigh. So Waukon, all told, has won 4 of their last 6. And the pitch goes outside. It caroms away from Qualley, but no go from Hesse at first base. So now we're 3 balls, 2 strikes on Jake Ronan. Runner at first, 1 down. Ronan, a right-hand hitter against the right-hander Nimrod. The pause, the 3-2 delivery, swinging a foul right side and out of play. So we'll do it again at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Hesse with the 2-stride lead at first base. He'll stay put, swinging a foul off the bat of Ronan, right side and out of place. So Ronan battling Nimrod well. This will be at least the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Ball gets retrieved into home plate umpire Bob Wellendorf, who retrieves it to the right of the home plate area. Now gets his mask back on, and we're ready to go. 3-2 the count, and the curveball high for ball 4. So Ronan with a well-deserved base on balls, winning the battle of the 8th pitch at bat. First and second with one down for Chris Miller, a .297 hitter. 5 doubles, 2 home runs, 15 RBI. First and second with one down. Nimrod brings it to the plate, and Miller swings and misses at a breaking ball low and in. No balls and 1 strike. Miller, a right-hand hitter against the right-hander Nimrod. Coach Jerry Keenan with signs from the third base box. Nimrod comes set, 0-1, fastball at the knees taken for strike 2, and it's no balls and 2 strikes. Callan with just his 11th walk in 28 1/3 innings thus far this year. Nimrod comes set, looks back at second, 0-2 delivery, swing and a miss. A good morning, good afternoon, and good night to the Indian designated hitter. And 2 down here in the first inning. Runners at first and second for Sully Bouquet. .333 hitter with 2 doubles, no triples, no home runs, but 10 RBI. Bouquet chops one foul, third base side. No balls, 1 strike. No score, just underway on a cool, cloudy Friday night here in Decorah. Bouquet, right-hand hitter against the right-hander Nimrod. First and second as Nimrod comes to the pause. One hopper right back to Callan. He'll run over towards first base, give Jake Marlowe an underhand toss. And the out recorded, 1 hit and 2 left. We head to the bottom of the first inning. It is Waukon, nothing, and Decorah coming to bat. And the Vikes will bat this way. Leading off the pitcher, Callan Nimrod. Batting second in center field, Jake Hovden. Hitting third at shortstop, Brett LaRue. Batting fourth at first base, Jake Marlowe. Hitting fifth, the designated hitter, Gabe Varney. Varney batting for the left fielder, Cole Minks. Hitting sixth, the catcher, Caleb Qualley. Batting seventh in right field tonight, Trevor Phillips. Hitting eighth at third base, Tyler Dostal. And batting ninth at second base is Andy Sinkink. Phillips getting the start in right field for Austin Bohr, who is down tonight with an ankle injury. Coach Olenczak saying before the game Bohr would probably be available to pinch hit, but his movement would be pretty limited defensively tonight. Jake Ronan going to the hill for the Indians. He's 0-1. The senior right-hander has a 12.16 ERA. An opponent sitting .378 against him, albeit with a pretty small sample size to this point. 6 1/3 innings, 14 hits, 11 earned runs, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts for Ronan. He'll have this defense behind him. Peyton Hesse in left, Marshall Lyons in center, Mitch Snitker in right. Brock Waters at third, Hayden Hamill at short, Landon Stevenson at second, and Sully Bouquet at first. Adam Benzing behind the plate, and Jake Ronan on the hill. Callan Nimrod will lead things off. He's a .400 hitter with 3 doubles, no triples, no home runs, and 11 RBI. Right-hander against right-hander matchup to start things here in the bottom of the first inning after the Indians leave 2 in the top half of this frame. Nimrod hammers one towards center field. Marshall Lyon retreating, and it's over his head. 2 hops and against the fence. Nimrod will have his 4th double of the season. That ball appeared to be hit directly at Lyons, and often it is said those are the balls that are most difficult to judge. Lyons lunged back at the last second, but the ball was over his head. Nimrod at second, nobody out, no score bottom of the first. Jake Hovden is off to a very hot start offensively. .524 is average, and that one smacked into right field and a base hit. rounding third and getting a stop sign is Colin Nimrod as Mitch Schnitker got to the ball pretty quickly out and right. So the Vikes have him at the corners with nobody out, 2 pitches into the game. And Brett LaRue will be the batter. He's off to a hot start offensively as well. 538 with a double and 7 RBI. Infield playing halfway up the middle. Hovden takes off. Curveball taking low. Throw down to second base is cut off by Severson. Sevason's return throw to the plate as Nimrod takes off is late. The Vikes execute the double steal for a run here in the bottom of the first inning. And Decorah draws first blood. 1 ball, no strikes as Hovden takes second. Severson threw to the plate, but his throw was in the dirt. A better throw would have added a little drama to the play at the plate, but it didn't happen. And now LaRue will bat with a 1-0 count and a runner in scoring position. Pitch high and tight from Ronan, and it's 2 balls, no strikes. 1-0 Decorah. The pitch, fastball inside edge for a strike. It's 2-1 now. Ronan ready, 2-1 offering swung on and missed at a breaking ball. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Hovden away from second. Severson paying attention to him, the second baseman back there. Ronan comes to a belly-high set, and the 2-2 to LaRue. Rolled up the middle and through for a base hit. Hovden rounding third, coming to the plate, bobbling the ball in center is Marshall Lyons. And LaRue will get an RBI single, and the Vikes up 2-0. Brett LaRue knocks in his 8th run of the season. Runner at first, 2 in, nobody out, and Jake Marlowe will look to keep the fun going. Marlowe, a .333 average, no extra base hits, and 7 RBI. LaRue, a 3-stride lead at first base. Ronan comes set. Marlowe squares to bunt, does so up the third base side, but foul. And it's no balls and 1 strike. Ronan comes set. A look towards first. Marlowe squares to bunt again and lays off a fastball that goes high. It is 1 ball and 1 strike. So the Vikes with 2 here in the first inning, still nobody out. Marlowe squares to bunt again. A pop-up third base side foul territory, and goes and lands foul right in front of the Decorah fan section on the third base side. So now it's 1 ball, 2 strikes on Marlowe. So we'll see if Coach O leaves the bunt on in this situation. LaRue, the runner at first. Nimrod a double. Hovden a single. Vikes execute a double steal for a score, and Hovden comes home on a LaRue single. 1-2. Next offering outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes now on Jake Marlowe. First 5 hitters in the Decorah lineup all hitting over 300 through the first 14 games. Move to first and back to the bag diving is LaRue. As we're kind of quickly approaching the halfway point of the schedule right here. In fact, conference play will be halfway done a week from tonight. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That one smacked toward short field at short by Hamill. He'll go to second for 1 out. And the throw to first base from Severson to Bukite not in time. A fielder's choice, 6-4 to retire LaRue. And there's 1 down here in the first inning. 2 runs and a 2-0 lead for Decorah. And Gabe Varney, the batter. 341, 2 doubles, and 7 RBI. Marlowe with 3-stride lead at first, and the pitch a strike to Gabe Varney. Left-hand hitter against the right-hander, Ronan. Marlowe 3 strides off the bag at first, held on there by Bouquet. Ronan comes to the belly high set in the 0-1, swung on and missed. Ronan swinging and missing at, or rather Varney swinging and missing at the Ronan changeup. And it's no balls, 2 strikes. The pause by Ronan and the 0-2 delivery. Curveball just missed the outside edge. And it's 1-2 now on Varney with Caleb Qualley waiting his turn on deck. 2-0 Decorah here in the bottom of the first inning. The pause by Ronan and the 1-2 sails outside for 2 balls, 2 strikes now. One game in conference play was rained out tonight. Crestwood and Owine. Quick move to first base, back to the bag. Diving is Marlowe. I think New Hampton and Waverly Shellrock played varsity first tonight, if I'm not mistaken. Another move to first base. Marlowe back to the bag, diving. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count. Ronan in for the sign from Benzing. Comes set. The 2-2 to Varney, swinging a foul. That one off the helmet of the catcher, Benzing. So we'll do it again at 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pause and the 2-2 to Varney. Ground ball slowly hit left side. Charging at short is Hamill. He can't come up with it, and Varney will reach. It would have been a tough play had he came up with it, so we'll rule that one an infield hit. 4 hits out of the first 5 batters for Decorah, and Caleb Qualley will stand in. 2-0 Decorah, bottom of the first inning. Qualley at .268, no extra base hits, and 10 RBI. Away from second, Marlowe. Away from first is Varney. Bouquet playing behind him there as Qualley looks at a fastball up. 1 ball, no strikes. Double steal executed between Nimrod and Hovden. Hovden stealing second. Nimrod stealing home for the first run. LaRue got Hovden home on an RBI single. Next pitch low to Qualley. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Ronan ready, the 2-0. Fastball for a strike. Inside half. To the right hand hitting Qualley. It's 2-1 now. Bouquet playing behind the runner at first. Couple of steps behind the bag at third is Waters. And the pitch to Qualley, swung on, fly ball right field side, and that is going to land beyond Sully Bouquet. The first baseman who went back and tried to lunge after it, he couldn't quite do it. All the runners will move up 90 feet. The bases will be loaded with only 1 out. A bloop single for Qualley. Korsness will get his courtesy at first base, and Trevor Phillips will have himself an opportunity. Infield up at the corners, back up the middle. Bases loaded, 1 down. Bottom of the first inning, a 2-0 lead for Decorah. And Phillips will be the batter. 213, a 154 average, but he does have 5 RBI. And the pitch swung on and missed at a curveball, 0-1. Again, Phillips getting the start in right field. Austin Bohr down with a bit of an ankle injury. Coach Olenzak saying before the game he could probably pinch hit tonight, but he'd be pretty limited defensively movement-wise. 0-1, hang and curve for a strike, and now Phillips trails in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Marlowe away from third, Varney away from second, and Korsness away from first. Slowly hit ground ball right side, picked up by Bouquet. He'll throw to the plate to get the force out. Benzing bobbled a bit after fully securing it in the transfer. Marlowe forced at home plate. Phillips reaches on the fielder's choice. Bases loaded now with 2 down. A 2-0 lead for Decorah here in the bottom of the first, and Tyler Dostal will stand in. He's a .217 hitter with 4 RBI. First pitch to Dostal, missed outside. 1 ball, no strikes to the right-hand hitting third baseman. Runners lead from their respective bases. Ronan comes set, and the pitch to Dostal is a fastball up. So it's 2 balls, no strikes now. Vikings offensively, you'd have to say, are off to a pretty good start. Team-wise, they're hitting .333. The 2-0 at the letters for a strike. It is 2 balls and 1 strike. And if you look at it statistically, they are averaging 7 runs a game, but when you score, here's a soft toss over to third, and Varney back to the bag standing. But when you score 26 in one game, that skewers the statistics a little bit. 2 balls, 1 strike, the count on Dostal. Pitch in there for a strike, and it's 2-2 on Tyler Dostal now. Varney third, Korsness second, Phillips first. 2 down, 2-0 Decorah here in the bottom of the first inning. Ronan comes to the set, and the 2-2 delivery. Swung on, slowly hit ground ball towards third, and a foul ball. Coach O down to one knee to field the softly hit ground ball. The count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runners lead from their respective bases. Ronan comes set, 2-2 offering to Dostal is high and outside, so it's 3 balls and 2 strikes now, so everyone will be moving. 3-2 with 2 down. A 2-0 lead for Decorah here in the bottom of the first. Dostal looking to add to that total. And a move over to third base, and Varney back to the bag standing. Of course, a right-hander can pretty much make that move flat-footed, and that's what Ronan did. 3-2 to Dostal, swung on, fly ball down the right field line. Over is the right fielder, Snitker. He'll make it near the foul line. Medium depth right field, and that's that for the first inning. 2 runs on 5 hits, no errors, and the bases left loaded. We are 1 inning complete. It is Decorah leading Waukon 2-0. Brock Waters starts things here in the top of the second inning for Waukon, trailing 2-0. Waters, left-hand hitter against the right-hander Nimrod, hitting .237 with a double, a home run, and 12 RBI. Backdoor breaking ball taken outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Collin gave up a 1-out single, then a walk, but a strikeout and a ground out got him out of the frame. Next pitch low and in from Collin, and it's 2 balls and no strikes now. Nimrod kicks and deals, 2-1. Fastball outside for 3 balls and no strikes, I should say. Vikes getting 2 in the bottom of the first inning. Indians leaving 2 on in that first inning. 3-0 taking on the inside edge for a strike. It's 3-1. Waters will be followed by Landon Severson and Marshall Lyons here in the top of the second inning. 3-1 delivery, swung on, fly ball, deep right center field. That ball is gone. Over the elevated fence in right center field, Brock Waters hits his 2nd home run of the year. RBI number 13, and the lead cut in half. Waters got the 3-1 pitch in his wheelhouse, and he quickly makes it a 2-1 ball game. Base is empty, 1 in. Nobody out. Landon Severson hitting .152, 2 doubles and 4 RBI. He'll take a Nimrod curve for a strike, 0-1. If you're Waukon, you probably have to feel good only giving up 2 in that bottom of the first inning. Pitch goes outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. When 2 were in, the bases were loaded with 1 out, but A ground ball and a fly out. Got the Indians out of the threat there. The pitch swung on and missed. At a knee-high fastball, it's 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Severson. 1-2 the count. And the pitch taken at the knees for strike 3. So Nimrod gets his second strikeout, 1 down here in the second inning. The Indians have now hit 4 home runs on the season. Waters with 2. And the designated hitter Chris Miller with 2. 1 down, nobody on, 1 in, 2-1 Decorah. Marshall Lyons looks at a strike, 0-1. Lyons at .333 with a double and 6 RBI. 0-1, just missed outside. It is 1 ball, 1 strike to count. So we mentioned a cloudy, overcast night. Lights are already taking pretty good effect before 8 o'clock. Swinging a foul right side and out of play. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Marshall Lyons. Waukon looking for its first conference win, but they are 6-5 overall. 1-2 delivery, curveball swung on and missed. Qualley digs it out of the dirt and fires one down to Marlowe to officially record the put-out. 2 down in the inning. 3 strikeouts for Nimrod. Base is empty, 2-1. Decorah leads it here in the top of the second inning. And Hayden Hamill will be the batter. The number 9 hitter is 3 for 10 with an RBI thus far. He swings at the first one, grounds one towards third. Bobbled a bit there by Dostal. He'll throw to first base, and the throw too high. The first defensive miscue of the night will extend the inning for the Indians. And Adam Benzing, the catcher and leadoff hitter, will get himself a chance here in the top of the second. Benzing grounded to short his first time up, 0 for 1. Decorah leading 2-1 as we play the top half of the second inning. Move to first base and Hamill back standing. Now Marlowe and Nimrod with a couple of brief words halfway between the pitcher's mound and first base. Collin back to the rubber, no count yet on Benzing. And the pitch swinging a foul at the plate. No balls, 1 strike. The pause, the 0-1. Swung on a chopper, and Nimrod lunges up to glove it. He'll run towards first base and give Marlowe an underhand toss to record the 3rd out of the inning. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error. 1 left, 1.5 done. It's 2-1, Waukon. 2-1, Decorah leads Waukon as we go to the bottom of the second inning. 9-1-2 due for Decorah, Andy Sinkink, Colin Nimrod, and Jake Hovden. Andy off to a 190 start with the stick. And he has 6 RBI. Righty-righty matchup to start the second inning. Ronan delivers, and the first one catches the corner on the outside edge for a strike. Gets 0-1. Oh, 0-1 from Ronan. Curveball smacked towards right center field. That'll land for a base hit over a leaping Severson at second base. So Sinkink starts the second inning in style with a leadoff single. Runner at first, nobody out. And Colin Nimrod, who started the game with a double to center field, he ended up scoring. Will stand in. Runner at first, nobody out. The pitch, bunted foul. Up the third base side, no balls and 1 strike. Sinkic at first base and nobody out. Decorah leading 2-1. 6 of the first 9 hitters get base hits against Ronan. Push bunt up the first base side. Ronan will field, give an underhand toss to first and Buchheit. And the sacrifice complete, 1-3. Sinkic moves to second. And Jake Hovden will stand in. He singled to right and scored in the first. The pitch swung on, popped up third base side. And that one going to land foul and out of play. No balls and 1 strike to count. Away from second is Sinkic. The pause in the 0-1. Low, it gets by the catcher, bending it all the way back to the screen. Sinkic gets to third, makes the turn and stops there. He'll advance on the wild pitch. One and one the count on Hovden. Now he bats with a runner at third. Infield remains back up the middle. They are up at the corners. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch hammer towards left center field, and that one will land in front of Marshall Lyons for a base hit. Jake Hovden gets his 9th RBI of the season, and it's a 3-1 lead for Decorah. So Hovden now 2 for 2. And Brett LaRue will stand in. LaRue with an RBI single to center to score Hovden in the first inning. Jake with big lead at first base. He'll stay put as LaRue rolls one toward short. It's kicked there by Hamlin to shallow left field. So a base hit will put runners at first and second with 1 down. The only out of the inning was one that Waukon was given by Decorah on a sacrifice bunt. Jake Marlowe bats with runners at first and second with 1 down. 3-1 Decorah. Vikes already with 8 hits as Marlowe swings at a curveball and fouls one off. No balls and 1 strike. Marlowe hit into a fielder's choice in the first inning. Hovden away from second, LaRue away from first. Buchheit plays behind him there. Severson, the second baseman, pays attention to Hovden. Has the curve taken at the knees for a strike, and it's 0-2 now. Decorah with tallies in the first 2 innings. They lead it 3-1. Ronan comes set, 0-2 delivery outside corner, strike 3 called. A good morning, good afternoon, and good night to Marlowe. And there's 2 down here in the second inning. 2 on, 2 out for Gabe Varney, who got an infield hit in the first, 1 for 1. 3-8-1 for Decorah, 1-2-0 for Waukon. The left-hand hitting Varney steps in against the right-hander Ronan. Pause and the delivery. Fastball outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Ronan getting ready to throw his 44th pitch of the game already. It's high and outside, and it's 2 balls, no strikes. That was an off-speed offering. This is Vikings Radio, 1240 KDEC Decorah. And KDECradio.com. Darren Swenson from Olin Zach Field tonight. Decorah leading Waukon in Northeast Iowa Conference Baseball 3-1. A whirl and a throw back to second base. Upton back to the bag diving. Hovden at second, LaRue at first, a pause and a 2-0 on Varney. He chases one out of the zone high and away, swinging and missing. 2 balls and 1 strike. Hovden away from second. The shortstop Hamill holds him on in this situation. 2-1 to Varney outside. 3 balls and 1 strike now. Last game of the week for Decorah. 3 games on the docket next week for the Vikings. 3-1 to Varney inside for ball 4. And that'll load the bases for Caleb Qualley. Hovden up to third, LaRue down to second. Qualley got a single to right his first time up, 1 for 1. Already 8 hits for Decorah. But with that many hits this early in the game, you'd definitely like to see the run total higher than 3. A 2-out hit for Qualley can do a lot to alleviate that heartburn right here. Hovden third, LaRue second, Marlowe first. First pitch high to Qualley. 1 ball, no strikes. That was the first walk given up by Ronan. The pause, the 1-0 swung on, popped up, shallow center field. Coming on the center fielder Lyons. He'll yield to the second baseman Severson, who will make the catch to retire the side. 1 run, 3 hits, no errors, and the bases left loaded for the second inning in a row. We head to the top of the third. It's a 3-1 lead for Decorah. Top of the third inning we go. It's a 3-1 lead for Decorah on Waukon. 2, 3, and 4 due for the Indians here in the third inning. Peyton Hesse has one of the 2 hits for Waukon, and he swings at the first one, flies one deep to left field. Retreating is Cole Minks. He backpedals, lunges, and makes the catch. About 20 feet in front of the scoreboard in direct left field. A well-hit ball by Hesse. But an F7 in the scorebook. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the third. And Jake Ronan, who drew a walk in an 8-pitch at-bat in the first, will bat and take a curveball for a strike from Nimrod. No balls and 1 strike. Collins given up 2 hits through 2. 1 run it was earned. He's walked 1. And he has struck out 3, looking for his 4th win of the season tonight. Fastball swung on, foul down the right field line into the Waukon bullpen, and it lands harmlessly foul. So no balls and 2 strikes to count on Jake Ronan. Nimrod gets the sign from Qualley, and he comes with the 0-2 ground ball to the right side on multiple hops to Sinkink at second. On to first base to retire Ronan. Quickly 2 up, 2 down here in the third. 2 down. And nobody on. And Chris Miller will be the batter. He struck out on 3 pitches in the first, 0 for 1. 3-1 lead for Decorah. They're out hitting Waukon 8-2. A curve from Nimrod that swung on and missed by Miller. No balls and 1 strike. 0-1 delivery. Fastball at the knees. Outside edge taken for strike 2. And it's no balls, 2 strikes now on Chris Miller. Nimrod looking for his first 1-2-3 inning of the night. The 0-2 delivery curveball rolled up the third base side foul, so we'll do it again at no balls and 2 strikes. Miller back to the right-hand batter's box. Nimrod ready with the 0-2. A foul tip into the glove of the catcher, Qualley. Nimrod gets his fourth strikeout and his first 1-2-3 defensive inning. We head to the bottom half of the third inning. It is a 3-1 lead for Decorah. Bottom third of the order for Decorah here in the third. Vikings 3 runs, 8 hits, and 1 error. And 1 run, 2 hits, and no errors for Waukon. Decorah trying to go above 500 in Northeast Iowa Conference play. Indians trying to get their first Northeast Iowa Conference win. First pitch high to Phillips. It is 1 ball, no strikes. Phillips into a force play in the first inning. Swing and a pop-up on the infield. The second baseman, Severson, on the infield dirt, will make the catch for the first out here in the third inning. 1 down, nobody on for Tyler Dostal. He ended the first inning by flying out to right 0 for 1. Decorah with 8 hits already, but only 3 runs. They have left the bases loaded in the first 2 innings. Curveball inside to Dostal. 1 ball, no strikes. Decorah also looking for win number 9 on the season. 1-0. Fastball outside. 2 balls, no strikes. .2-0 delivery and a strike on the outside edge. It's 2 balls, 1 strike to count. The 2-1 delivery with 1 down. Ground ball to the left side. At short, Hamill will field. He'll throw to first base, and they got Dostal by a step. So the first 2 batters retired here in the third. Andy Sinkink singled to right and scored in the second, 1 for 1. Decorah up 3-1. We play the bottom half of the third inning. Vikes will have Waverly here on Monday. Fastball in there for a strike, 0-1. They'll go to North Fayette Valley on Wednesday and have Charles City here on Friday night. We'll have all 3 of those on the radio for you. 0-1 delivery. That one just barely missed. High and outside. It's 1 ball, 1 strike on Sinkink. 1-1 the count and the pitch. That one goes low. Ronan, who faced 8 in the first inning, faced 7 in the second inning. He could certainly use a 1-2-3 inning as well. 2-1 delivery, swinging a foul back to the screen. So it's 2 balls, 2 strikes on Andy Sinkink. Deuce is wild on the number 9 hitter for Decorah, and a 55-foot curveball in the dirt, blocked by Benzing behind the plate. So now the count is full on Sinkink with the top of the order, and Colin Nimrod hoping for a turn on deck. 3-1 Decorah, bottom of the third. 3-2 delivery to Sinkink, swing and a miss, strike 3. Ronan gets his second strikeout. And the Vikes go quietly in the third. 3 up, 3 down. We head to the fourth. It's Decorah 3 and Waukon 1. 3 innings are complete. A 3-1 lead for Decorah. 2 spot in the first inning for the Vikings. A double steal with Colin Nimrod stealing home, and a Brett LaRue single to get Jay Cubden home. Indians got their run in the second inning. Brock Waters led off that frame by homering over the right center field fence. Vikes got one back in the second inning on a Jay Cubden single to left to score Andy Sinkink. Sully Bukite starts the fourth inning, and he'll look at a strike from Nimrod. No balls, 1 strike. Colin has settled down since that home run. The only runner he's allowed is a error. Here's ground ball up the middle to his right. Is Sinkink at second. He'll throw to first base to retire Bukite. 1 down here in the fourth inning. That is 5 in a row set down by Nimrod. And Brock Waters Responsible for the lone run for the Indians will be the batter. The left-hand hitter parked one over the right center field fence in the second on a 3-1 pitch. That's one of only 2 hits Callan has given up. Waters flies one towards right field. Retreating is Trevor Phillips. He is under it in deep right, and he will make a 2-handed catch for the second out here in the 4th. So 2 down, nobody on for Landon Severson, who struck out looking his first time up. We mentioned earlier tonight that Crestwood and Owine were rained out. The Decorah softball team was scheduled to go to Jessup. The 2 games that they were scheduled to play today were rained out. The pitch goes low, 1 ball, no strikes. So they will play 2 games tomorrow. They'll play Mount Vernon starting at 10:45 tomorrow morning. The 1-0 delivery, pitch outside. It is 2 balls, no strikes on Landon Severson. The other game in conference tonight, New Hampton hosting Waverly. Swinging a pop-up on the infield. Sinkink under it at second. He will make the catch to retire the side. Nimrod only has to use 6 pitches to retire the side in order in the 4th. And we are halfway home here in Decorah tonight with Decorah leading Waukon 3-1. Decorah 3, Waukon 1, starting the bottom of the 4th for Decorah. Colin Nimrod batting for the 3rd time in 4 frames. Doubled and scored in the first, sacrificed a runner-up in the second. Colin continuing to get it done offensively. He squares to bunt, pulls the bat back, and looks at a strike, 0-1. Jake Ronan has settled down after a rocky start. Throwing his 64th pitch, and that one looped foul up the first base side. And Nimrod in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. Ronan has retired 4 in a row since walking Varney to load the bases in the second. He got the bikes down in order in the 3rd. He's given up 8 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned to this point. Swing and a miss on an off-speed offering. Ronan gets his 3rd strikeout. Colin Nimrod down on strikes to start the bottom of the 4th inning. 1 down, nobody on for Jake Hubden. He singled and scored in the first, got an RBI single to left in the second. Ronan wheels and deals, and the first offering is high. 1 ball, no strikes. For Nimrod, that was only the 6th time this season he has struck out. Next pitch outside to Hubden. 2 balls and no strikes. That's another trend that has been a positive with this Decorah team. As the next pitch out of the zone, 3 balls, no strikes. Decorah has, going into tonight, drawn 58 walks and struck out 48 times. When that ratio is on the good side, you like seeing that. As the pitch goes outside, ball 4. That's the 2nd walk of the night for Ronan. He also has 3 strikeouts, so 60 walks and 49 strikeouts this year as a squad for Decorah. Certainly acceptable. Runner at first, 1 down for Brett LaRue, who's 2 for 2. Quick move to first base, back to the bag, diving is Hubden. LaRue with an RBI single in the first and a single to left in the second. Ronan comes set. A look at first, and the first one high. 1 ball, no strikes. So 5 straight out of the zone for Ronan. Ronan only making his 2nd start of the season. The 1-0 at the letters and for a strike. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. The lead at first by Hubden. He takes off. LaRue takes a strike, throw down to second base. Not in time. In fact, it sneaks out into center field, but Lions alertly backing up will prevent Hubden from moving on any further. LaRue will now have a 1-2 count on him, but Hubden will be at second with 1 down. The pause by Ronan, 2 looks at second, and the 1-2 delivery. LaRue lays off an off-speed pitch high, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hovden away from second. Ronan with the pause, 2-2 to LaRue. He lays off the pitch high, and it's 3 balls, 2 strikes. Jake Marlowe hoping for a turn on deck. A 3-1 lead for Decorah. We play the bottom half of the 4th inning. And the pitch, swing, and a foul straight back out of play. So we'll do it again at 3-2 to LaRue. Ronan gets the sign from his catcher, Benzing. And the 3-2 is a curveball low for ball 4. So Ronan walks both Hovden and LaRue to put runners at first and second with 1 down for Jake Marlowe. Marlowe bounced into a fielder's choice in the 1st inning and struck out looking in the 2nd. 3-1 lead for Decorah as we play the bottom half of inning number 4. The pause by Ronan, he'll whirl and throw to second base, and it's a 1-hop throw. And Coach Olenzak arguing that that should have been a balk. Coach O arguing to the base umpire, Bob Jacobson, now to the home plate umpire, Bob Willendorf, but neither will be to any avail. It looked awkward, and frankly, the throw was awkward too. First pitch to Marlowe at the letters and for a strike, 0-1. Marlowe is 0 for 2. Hovden away from second and LaRue away from first. 0-1 to Marlowe is a letter-high fastball that's fouled away, so it's no balls and 2 strikes. So Marlowe in the hole, no balls, 2 strikes. The pause, a look back at second in the 0-2, swung on a fly ball left center field. Lyons, the center fielder, angles over into medium depth left center for the catch and the second out of the inning. So 2 down and 2 on for Gabe Varney. A 2-run lead for Decorah. Varney has been on base twice tonight. Infield hit in the 1st, and he walked in the 2nd. Decorah leading 3-1 despite an 8-2 advantage in the hit column. Gabe rolls one through the right side, past a diving Severson and into right field for a base hit. Hovden coming to the plate. The throw to the plate is late. Now a throw to third. LaRue in there sliding. A 2-out RBI single for Gabe Varney, and the Vikes increase their advantage. Varney gets his 8th RBI of the season as Hovden scores and LaRue moves to third on the plate. And that's the first 2-out run of the night for Decorah. And Caleb Qualley will look to add to the Vikes total. Qualley singled to right in the 1st and popped to second in the 2nd. Everyone with the exception of Phillips and Dastel has been on base at least once tonight for Decorah. Runners at the corners with 2 down. Runners stay put. Qualley looks at the first one outside. 1 ball, no strikes. One-0 swung on, smack toward short, caught at short by Hamill. And that's that for the 4th inning. Vikes get 1 on 1 hit. No errors and 2 runners left on base. We head to the 5th. Decorah leads it by a 4-1 margin. Top half of inning number 5. Decorah adding 1 to their total in the bottom of the fourth inning. 8-9-1 due for the Indians, and Lions get hit by the opening pitch here in the 5th inning. That's only the second time the Indians have gotten their leadoff runner on. Nimrod started him with a curve that didn't curve, and Lyons was hit around the left thigh. Runner at first, nobody out. For Hayden Hamill. Hamill reached on an error in the second. 0 for 1 officially. Pitch swung on, hammered towards left field. That'll land in front of Minks for a base hit. So the Indians in business, first and second, nobody out here in inning number 5. So now the tying run coming up for Waukon. In the person of Adam Benzing. The Indian leadoff hitter grounded to short in the first, grounded back to the pitcher in the second. Huge lead at second base by Lions, nobody paying attention to him. And as Nimrod steps off, that problem will be alleviated soon. Pause by Nimrod and the pitch. Benzing bunts up the first base side foul. No balls and 1 strike. The hit by Hamill was the first hit given up by Nimrod since the Waters home run back in the second. Marlowe a step in front of the bag at first. Dostal even with the bag at third. Benzing bunts through the next offering from Nimrod, and it's no balls, 2 strikes. So Coach Keenan putting the bunt on, and Benzing unable to get it down in the first 2 offerings. First and second, nobody out. 0-2 on Adam Benzing. Nimrod brings it to the plate, and the pitch outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Callan doing pretty well on the pitch count end of things. This will be pitch number 52 of the night for him. The pitch swung on a ground ball underneath Nimrod, up the middle. Sinking able to knock it down, but he can't control it in time to get a force out at second. So now the bases are loaded with nobody out here in the 5th inning. Tying run on base for the Indians. And Peyton Hesse will be the batter. Hesse singled in the first, lined out to left in the third. Nimrod will work out of the windup with the bases loaded and nobody out, and Hesse looks at a strike, 0-1. A 4-1 lead for Decorah. But the Vikes have left 8 runners on tonight. The 0-1 fastball swung on and missed. It's 0-2. Oh and 2 on Peyton Hesse, who's 1 for 2 on the night. 0-2, swing and a miss. Nimrod with some heat, getting Hesse on 3 pitches. 1 down here in the 5th. Lions third, Hamill second. Benzing first, Ronan to the plate. Ronan will try to help out his own cause. He walked in the first, grounded to second in the third. The first pitch inside corner for a strike, 0-1. Infield back, up the middle, and up at the corners for Decorah. 0-1, curveball outside. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Runners lead from their respective bases. Callan out of the windup. The 1-1 delivery is a fastball up for 2 balls, 1 strike. 2-1 and the pitch. Ground ball towards third. Dostal will run to the bag and actually get a tag out at third of Hamill coming towards the bag. A run will score. That will be Lions. It's now a 4-2 ball game, but there will be 2 outs in the inning. Benzing advances to second. Ronan at first. Benzing will now get a courtesy runner since he is at second with 2 down. And the batter or the runner will be Nathan Benzing. Nathan replaces Adam. At second base. 1 in, 2 on, 2 out, and Chris Miller will be the batter. He'll look at a strike, 0-1. He struck out swinging twice, once in the first and once in the third. Nimrod is out of the windup in this situation. The 0-1 delivery swung out and missed. It's 0-2. Collins still out of the windup. I mean, if walk-on kids were paying any attention at all, they'd be taking off for second and third. And now Collin will head back to the stretch after Jake Hovden gets his attention out in center field. 0-2 delivery, ground ball up the middle. Sinkink will field, and he'll tag Ronan coming from first to second. And out of all that, the Indians only get a run. 1 run, 2 hits, and 2 runners left on base. Stretch time here in Decorah, and the Vikings lead at 4-2. Bottom of the 5th inning, a 4-2 lead for Decorah. Jake Ronan has thrown 82 pitches. He's given up 9 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned. He's walked 3 and he struck out 3. He'll face the bottom third of the order here in the 5th inning. Decorah with 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the fourth. Waukon, a solo home run from Brock Waters in the second, and an RBI fielder's choice from Jake Ronan in the third. Phillips stands in from the right-hand side of the plate. He's 0 for 2, hit into a force play in the first and popped to second in the third. As the first offering goes low, it is 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch, a little bit low. It's 2 balls, no strikes. Almost looks like it could be misting a little bit out there, even though I don't see any umbrellas or anybody scurrying for cover. As the pitch inside corner for a strike. It's 2-1 now on Phillips. We're in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Decorah up by a 4-2 margin. Kicking and dealing is Ronan, and here's one off the end of the bat to the first base side. Bucat will field, take 3 steps to his left, and tag the bag in front of Phillips coming down the line. And 1 down here in the 5th inning for Tyler Dostal. TD flew out to right in the first, grounded to short in the third, 0 for 2. Decorah with 9 hits, and Waukon with only 4. Pitch, curveball, low and outside and all the way back to the screen. One ball and no strikes, the count. Ground ball right back to the mound, and Ronan, he'll give an overhand soft toss over to Bucat at first to retire Dostal. 2nd down. The 2nd man down here in the 5th inning. 2 down, nobody on for Andy Sinkink. Andy singled to right and scored in the 2nd inning and struck out swinging in the 3rd. Up again here in the 5th. He'll look at a strike, 0-1. The pitch, curveball low. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count. One at the knees and for a strike. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes, the count. 4-9-1 for Decorah, 2-4-0 for Waukon. And Andy swings and drives one to deep right center field. That ball is off the base of the fence in right center. Andy hits second. He's coming to third. And now he's going to hustle back to the bag at second. And a throw behind Sinkink will be just a little late as the second baseman Severson threw to Hamill. Sinkink dove back to the bag. Hamill dove and attempted a tag a second too late. Andy remembered his cardinal rule of baseball, don't make the third out at third base. Sinkink will be in scoring position with 2 down, and Colin Nimrod will be the batter. Nimrod 1 for 2 rather on the night. The pitch, a strike, 0-1. He doubled and scored in the first, sacrificed a runner up in the second, and struck out swinging in the fourth. 0-1 delivery, hammered down the right field line, but foul as it is raining out there. It is 1 ball, 1 strike. This would be an official game, but I don't think anything's going to be too serious here. No balls, 2 strikes the count. The 0-2 delivery is a fastball outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Decorah scored 1 of their 4 runs with 2 down. The 1-2 delivery, a curveball that just missed inside. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes the count now on Nimrod. Sinkink away from second, Ronan to the pause, and the 2-2 delivery, the swinging bunt up the third base side. That ball will remain fair. A serendipitous roll for Colin Nimrod, getting his second hit of the night. Sinkink moves to third. Vikes will have him at the corners with 2 down. Elliot Christian asking if they mowed the grass today. If at all possible, you know Coach O was down here mowing it. Perhaps ordering Connor Doyle to do so, but nonetheless. First and third, 2 down for Jake Hubden, 2 for 2 with a walk. He scored 2 runs and knocked in another. Nimrod leads at first base. Ronan comes set. Runners stay put. Pitch outside to Hubden. 1 ball, no strikes the count. The pause, the 1-0. High and outside for 2 balls, no strikes on Jake Hubden. Decorah leading 4-2, trying to get the run back that they gave up in the top half of this frame. 2-0 to Hubden, swung on, popped up, first base side. The pitcher, Ronan, towards the first base foul line, will make the catch, lunging back into fair territory to retire the side. 2 hits, 2 left. 10 now in the left on base column for Decorah. We go to the 6th, 4-2 Vikings. Decorah leading 4-2 as we go to the top half of the 6th inning, but timely hitting has eluded the Vikings tonight. They have left 10 runners on what has become a drizzly, misty night here in Decorah. The temperature is very cool. Colin Nimrod has given up 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He has walked 1 and he has struck out 5. Sully Bucat will start things here in the 6th inning for the Indians. And the first pitch out of the zone from Nimrod. Buchheit grounded back to Nimrod in the first inning and grounded to second in the fourth. 1-0 ground ball right back to Nimrod on the hill. He fields on one knee, gets to his feet, jogs over to first base, and gives Marlowe an underhand toss for the first out here in the sixth inning. One down, nobody on for Brock Waters. Waters responsible for one of the two runs for Waukon, a solo home run in the second. He flew out deep to right in the fourth. The first pitch to Waters, a backdoor breaking ball for a strike, 0-1. Nimrod has kept the pitch count low. He's at 65 right now. The 0-1 delivery swung on a ground ball to the right side. 3 steps to his left is sinking at second. He'll throw on to first base to retire Waters. Quickly 2 up, 2 down here in the sixth inning. I believe in all 4 of Collins' starts, he's gone over the 100 pitch mark, so he is being very economical with the pitches tonight. Severson is 0 for 2. He'll swing at the first one and foul it away. No balls and 1 strike. Severson struck out looking in the second. Popped to second in the fourth. Swinging a foul at the plate. And it is no balls and 2 strikes. And the curveball taken low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nimrod looking for another 1-2-3 inning as the fastball goes high. He's had 2 of those in the 5 frames to this point. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Swinging a foul back to the screen as the rain starts to increase a bit in intensity, but isn't bothering too many people right now. The 2-2 delivery inside. 3 balls, 2 strikes now. And the curveball taken for strike 3. 6 strikeouts now on the night for Nimrod. And 3 up, 3 down here in the sixth inning. We head to the bottom half of the sixth inning. Decorah will look for some insurance runs, leading by a 4-2 margin. Brett LaRue starts things in the sixth by taking the first pitch high. 1 ball, no strikes. LaRue 2 for 2 with a walk on the night, an RBI single in the first, a single to left in the second, and a walk in the fourth. He'll look at a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Rain increasing in intensity here tonight. The 1-1 delivery, curveball missing low. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. Decorah 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the fourth, 1 in the second, 1 in the fifth for Waukon. Fly ball deep left field. Spinning around is Hesse. It'll end up against the fence. LaRue will stop at second with a double. His second double of the season. A good start to the bottom of the sixth for Decorah. Vikings up 4-2 after getting their 12th hit of the night right there. LaRue at second, nobody out. Jake Marlowe to the plate. Marlowe bounced into a fielder's choice in the first, struck out looking in the second, and flew out to center in the fourth inning. Ronan comes set. Looks back at second base. Marlowe squares to bunt and takes the pitch low. Marlowe had an opportunity to bunt twice tonight and failed to execute in those situations. The pitch bunted, third base side foul. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. "105 pitches now on the night for Jake Ronan. By comparison, only 74 through 6 for Colin Nimrod. Away from second is LaRue. The pause, a look back at second, and Marlowe tries to bunt. He bunts through it. The ball got by the catcher, Benzing, or at least caromed to his left. And moving up to third on the wild pitch is LaRue. So it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. The pause, the 1-2 to Marlowe off the end of the bat, rolled to the first base side, picked up there by Severson. A run will score. Severson throws to first to retire Marlowe. Vikes get a run of insurance to go up by a 5-2 margin. Waukon was playing their infield back in that situation, and that definitely helped get the run home. Bases will be empty, 1 in, 1 down. Gabe Varney has been on base all 3 times tonight. Infield hit in the first, walked in the second, singled right in the fourth. First pitch high to Varney as rain continues to fall here in Decorah. 1 ball and no strikes. The pitch high. 2 balls, no strikes. The count on Gabe Varney, doing a nice job as the Decorah designated hitter. Breaking ball outside. 3 balls and no strikes. "3-0. The old automatic. And it's 3 balls and 1 strike now. Varney, the left-hand hitting number 5 hitter for Decorah. 3 balls, 1 strike with 1 down. The 3-1 delivery inside corner for a strike, and it's 3 balls, 2 strikes now. Looking at radar, just some light showers going on all throughout Wenatchee County right now. 3-2 up for ball 4. So Varney has reached base all 4 times tonight. Runner at first, 1 in, 1 down for Caleb Qualley. And now Waukon coach Jerry Keenan will head out from the first base dugout to talk to Ronan. And the conditions getting slippery enough as Ronan trying to kick the dirt out of his spikes. Basically light rain covering the northern half of Wenatchee County right now and the southern 2/3 of Allamakee counties. There's some echoes behind that one, but nothing really major right now, so enough to be just annoying, as Hayden Hamill is going to be coming into this game, and we'll tell you more about the pitching change here in a moment. Pitcher and shortstop change for Waukon. Hayden Hamill to the mound. Jake Ronan to shortstop. Ronan done after 5 1/3, giving up a total of 12 hits. 5 runs all have been earned to this point. He walks 2 and he strikes out 3. Caleb Qualley will be the first batter that Hamill faces with runner at first and 1 down. The pitch in the dirt. It got by Benzing. Benzing now finds it, throws down to second base. Varney in with a feet first slide. So Varney will take second as the ball got away from Benzing. One ball, no strikes. Hamill making his first relief appearance. He's 2-1 with 5.56 ERA. Opponents hitting .239 against him. 1 ball, no strikes, and the curve taken for a strike, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike now on Qualley. 22 and 2/3 innings, 28 hits, 18 earned runs, 13 walks, and 14 strikeouts. The pause, a look back at second, and the 1-1 delivery is low and in the dirt for 2 balls and 1 strike. 5-2 Decorah. We're in the bottom half of the 6th inning. The pause, a look back at second, and the 2-1 hit to the right side. Charging at second is Severson. He'll pick it up and throw to first base to retire Qualley, with Varney moving up to third. He'll be there with 2 outs for Trevor Phillips. Again, Phillips getting the start in right field tonight. Austin Bohr plagued a bit by a ankle injury. 5-12-1 for Decorah, 2-4-0 for Waukon. Phillips is 0 for 3. Righty-righty matchup with the runner at third and 2 down. Hamill will choose to work out of the stretch. Pitch to Phillips, a late swing and a foul ball. No balls and 1 strike. Phillips bounced into a forced play in the first. Popped to second in the second and grounded to first in the 5th. And a move over from Hamill to third as Varney was barely off the bag. The pitch low. 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike. Hamill gets the ball back, comes set. Curveball swung on, fouled away. And it's 1-2 on Trevor Phillips now. Rain continuing to come down at a steady pace. This is Vikings Radio, 1240 KDC Decorah and KDECradio.com. Darren Swenson from Olin-Zach Field in Decorah tonight. Decorah leading Waukon 5-2. 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the fourth, 1 here in the 6th for Decorah. Waukon with single tallies in the first and in the 5th. The pitch down and in to Phillips. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Vikes trying to go above 500 in Northeast Iowa Conference play. 2 conference games next week for Decorah, with Waverly coming to town on Monday night. Charles City coming to town on Friday night, sandwiched in between a trip to North Fayette Valley on Wednesday afternoon. Deuce's wild pitch to Phillips, swinging a foul at the plate. So we'll do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two and 2 the count. Swing and a pop-up foul right side and out of play. Deuce is wild again on Phillips. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 down. The pause and the 2-2 delivery is low for 3 balls, 2 strikes. Got to say hi to my basketball partner Larry Berlin, tuning in tonight up at his family farm in Preston. Hello, Coach B. Hope all is well. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The pause by Hamill on the pitch. Half swing ground ball right side. Underneath the legs of Severson and into shallow right field. Varney will score. Phillips will reach on the first error of the night for Waukon. And the lead is 4 for Decorah. E4 allows Decorah to get its second 2-out run of the night. And Tyler Dostal will be the batter. Flew out to right in the first, grounded to short in the third, and grounded back to the pitcher in the 5th. With Phillips reaching as the first pitch goes high to Dostal. 1 ball, no strikes. With Phillips reaching, Dostal now the lone man that hasn't reached base safely in the Decorah lineup. Decorah out hitting Waukon 12-4, each team with a defensive miscue. And a 6-2 lead for Decorah as we play the bottom half of the sixth inning. 1-0 delivery goes low for 2 balls and no strikes. We'll have 3 baseball games and 3 softball games on the air next week. The pitch in there for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike, including a 2-city, 2-sport doubleheader. Next Wednesday, we'll go to North Fayette Valley at 4 and come back and do softball at 7:15. The pitch, curveball, catches the front knee, taken for strike 2. And it is 2 balls, 2 strikes now on Tyler Dostal. A 4-run lead for Decorah here in the bottom of the 6th. Phillips a good lead at first base. And the pitch rolled to the right side. Backhand stop made by Bukite. He bobbles a bit. He throws to first base. And dropping the ball is Hamill. Moving to third on the play is Phillips. 2 errors in a row for the Indians. Will put runners at the corners and 2 down for Decorah. So now everybody in the Viking lineup has reached base safely at least once. As Dostal will get run for by Cam Korsnes. Korsnes appeared earlier as a courtesy runner. 6-2 Decorah here in the 6th inning. An RBI ground out by Marlowe and an Indian error have scored the 2 runs in this frame. Sinkink on the night, 2 for 3. Singled and scored in the 2nd, struck out swinging in the 3rd, and doubled to right in the 5th. Pitch taken low, Benzing a nice stop to his right to get the chest protector in front of that one. No balls and 1 strike. Or 1 ball, no strikes, I should say. A lead at first by Korsnes, the 1-0. Misses low and away. It is 2 balls, no strikes now. Phillips at third, Korsnes for Dostal at first. The pitch in there for a strike, 2-1. Looking at the in-game box score, Colin Nimrod 2 for 3 and a sacrifice and a double. Jake Upton 2 for 3 with a walk and 2 runs scored and an RBI. Brett LaRue 3 for 3, a double, a run scored, an RBI and a walk. Jake Marlowe 0 for 4, but he does have an RBI, swinging a foul at the plate, and that one got Bob Willendorf in the mask. So it's 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Dave Varney 2 for 2, 2 walks, a run scored, and an RBI. Caleb Qualley 1 for 4. Trevor Phillips on the night 0 for 4. He did reach on an error. Tyler Dostal 0 for 3. He's reached on an error. And Sinkink 2 for 3 with a double and a run scored. Pitch high, 3 balls, 2 strikes now on Andy Sinkink with Nimrod to follow. 6-2 lead for Decorah here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Runner at first, Korsnes will be moving. 3-2 pitch, ground ball towards short. Ronan will make the play on to first base to retire Sinkink and the side here in the 6th inning. 2 runs score on 1 hit, 2 errors, 2 left. We head to the top of the 7th inning. Closing time for Decorah as they lead it 7-2. Eight down and 1 due for the Indians. They need 4 runs to keep this thing going. Decorah leads at 6-2, looking for win number 9 on the season. And win number 4 in Northeast Iowa Conference play. Marshall Lyons, Hayden Hamill, and Adam Benzing here in the 7th inning. Colin Nimrod delivers, and off the end of the bat, Lyons hits ground ball towards second, knocked down there by Sinkink, and he won't have a play once he recovers. It'll be an E4 to allow Lyons to reach. One on, nobody out. It was a cool overcast night when the JV game started at 5:30. Now it's turned into a rainy, misty, cool overcast night. As Aiden Hamill looks at a strike, says Bob Willendorf, the home plate umpire. His veteran partner, Bob Jacobson. No balls, one strike on Hamill, who is 1 for 2, but he's been on base twice tonight. Pitch outside. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Lions at first, nobody out. A 6-2 lead for Decorah here in the top of the 7th inning. The 1-1 delivery swung on and missed. Good breaking ball from Collin. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. 78 pitches for Collin. Been very economical on that end of things. The pitch swung on and missed at a curveball. Nimrod gets strikeout number 7, 1 on, 1 out here in the 7th inning. And Adam Benzing will start the 4th trip around the walk-on batting order. Decorah leading 6-2 here in the 7th. Benzing 1 for 3. He'll swing at the first pitch, pop one into shallow left. LaRue out. He'll yield to the center fielder, Jake Hubden, who makes a two-handed grab in shallow left center. And there's 2 down here in the 7th inning. 2 down, a runner at first for Peyton Hesse. Single to center in the first, lined out to left in the 3rd, and struck out swinging in the 5th. Decorah out hitting Waukon 12-4. Each team has committed 2 errors. Vikes lead the stat that counts by a 6-2 margin. Barlow playing behind the runner at first. Pitch swung on and missed by Hesse. Nasty breaking ball from Nimrod. 0-1. Pitch out of the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. One delivery. And that one is going to be hit Hesse, but that one was pretty obvious. He took the left arm and extended it to allow the ball to hit him, and Bob Willendorf's going to keep him in the box. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Normally I get a little heartburn on calls like that, but that was one Stevie Wonder could have made. 2 balls, 1 strike with 2 down. A runner at first, 6-2 Decorah here in the 7th, swinging a foul away. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Two and 2 with 2 down. A lead at first by Lions. Nimrod comes set. Collin with the 2-2 is a fastball up. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Three-two, swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's a Viking victory. Decorah defeats Waukon to improve to 9-6 overall and 4-3 in Northeast Iowa Conference play by a 6-2 margin. 6 runs, 12 hits, 2 errors, and 12 runners left for Decorah. 2 runs, 4 hits, 2 errors, and 6 left for Waukon. The winning pitcher, Collin Nimrod, strikes out 8, walks 1, and gives up 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He is now 4-1 on the season. Jake Ronan, the losing pitcher, he drops to 0-2. So the Vikings are now 9-6 overall, 4-3 in conference play. Waukon is 6-6 overall and 0-5 in conference play. Many people to thank for making the broadcast possible. First and foremost, our advertisers, the good sports-minded people who helped us bring the game wherever you were tonight. Without their help, this coverage would not be possible. So as always, we encourage you to support the businesses who support local high school sports. And lastly, and most importantly, we thank you. That's right, you, the listener, for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast, Viking fans. We know you enjoyed the outcome. 6-2 Decorah with the victory. We'll be with you again on Monday night as Decorah takes on Waverly Shellrock in Northeast Iowa Conference Baseball. Our coverage will begin right around 7:30. So for the moral support of Elliott Christian, I'm Darren Swenson saying so long from Olin-Zach Field. Vikes win it tonight 6-2. Thanks a bunch for tuning in. We'll talk to you again Monday night. Have a great weekend, everybody.